Good morning, class. In today's session, we will revise the topics, the remaining topics of the unit one. In previous sessions, we have seen arrays and its representation using the ADT and what are the operations we have been using in that ADT for representing arrays, or and how it is been storing the values and how we are accessing the values from that one, and the multidimensional array representations we are being used, how it is accessing the data, and how we are going to store the data means we are using row major ordering and then column major order representation for the student. And the other topics here are the polynomials and sparse matrix. So in this one also we have the how we are storing the polynomial representation. So far we are discussed. So how we are representing the polynomials by the exponent and the coefficient format, what we are using. So what is the format of this polynomial here is a into x to the power of e, where x represents the variable what we are using, a is being considered as a coefficient, e is the exponent form what we have been using. So e can be from the 0 to n. N may consider what is the highest value for the processing of that one. And these type of the polynomials has to be stored and has to be processed by using the data structure representations. So if we are storing the variables, or if we are storing a value to that variables, it will be very easy to access the data for that one. Why? Because the variable is been having only the one data value or its updated data value for the processing. But for this representation polynomial, each and every term will have the multiple processings here. So here we need to represent the coefficient of that term, and also we need to represent the exponent of the term at the same time. What makes this difference here is how we are going to process this one exponent and then next coefficient, its a respective coefficient has to be stored here. So here for this one we can use the array data structure for the processing here. How I am going to use this array data structure or the array representation to store the variables, to store the polynomial representation and its coefficient form a respective coefficients for that one here is, as we say this here, it consists of the coefficient and then next I been specified as a n, that is the degree, or you may specify the exponent what we are using for the processing. And here this exponent what we are using will be started with this, the element, the coefficient or what we are using, or the degree what we are mentioning will start from the numbering that is a 0 to n, which is equivalent to the subscripts of the polynomials what we are using here. So the subscript what you are representing for the array has been using from 0 to n, and the degree, or you mentioned the exponent, is also being used for the 0 to n there. Then the easiness here is we can easily store the respective value of that one in that array formation. If you see these examples, in this examples we have been so far we have been discussed now. So here we took the values what we have been storing here is using the arrays and using the linked list here. If you are using the arrays, the highest degree value what you have been taking from this 0 to n means you need to take this from the lowest to highest. Means, for example, if you see this one, we are having the values 4x cube, 6x square plus 7x plus 9 is there. So here it is a x to the power of 1. Here it is x to the power of 0 value. We will plot the values. We will plot the terms of the polynomials from highest degree to the lowest degree. And in the reverse notation, we will use this array, single or this multiple array or any. So we will use this notation, a notation where that is which is reverse to that one. Means apart from specifying what you have been using, that is the highest one, just to specify the exponent which is the lowest one as the next, as the means very lowest one as the first one, and then next lowest, and then next lowest means next highest, and then next highest, like that you need to plot from the left to right. So this which will be equivalent to the representation of the array. This one 0, the exponent which is having the 0, 1, 2, 3 will be specified as a subscripts what we are using for that one, and it is storing the values of the coefficients what we are having. So here the zeroth x to the power of 0, zeroth degrees coefficient is 9. First degree means degree equals to 1, the coefficient is equals to 7, 2 then is equals to 6, and then 3 then it is equals to 4 here. And if you want to store the multiple values to that one, means multiple terms here, it is being allowed also. So from 0 to n, where when n will be the highest degree of the processing. Whenever we are processing this one, for example, see this one. In this example, we are having only 4 terms, not the means complete terms here. 4 terms are there. Where what is the highest degree here? It consists of the highest degree, which is a 21. So whatever the highest degree it will be, what you are considering, what it is doing is it is allowing to store the values into the array. Means what is the size of an array will be here is the size of the array will be considered as a highest degree element here. So the highest degree element is 21. So then we need to create an array to store the values of this polynomial by using this 21 representations here. So here in this one, it is using the values 21 as a degree, and at this degree what it is doing, it is storing the value which is a 16, the coefficient value, and the remaining here is a 5 is the degree now. And what is the value of that one? Along with the signed one, means if it is a sign, along with that one we need to store, that is a -3 has to be stored here. And coming to this representation, this is to the power of 1, the coefficient is 2, and then next here the 6. Although it specifies it's a homogeneous one, what it is doing is it allows you to store the values. That is a sign values has been taken. Then you need to store the sign and the unsigned values into the plot. What happens here is if you are taking this one 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 means there's been continuously using that value. If it is not having the value, what we are doing is we are just representing it as a null. We are not leaving any space there. We are representing as a null. In this example, we just used only 2 null representations, means there are no 2 terms for the x square and x cube here. But if you see here, up to this 1, 2, 3, x square, x cube and x to the power of 4 is being specified as a null. And the remaining from the 6 to 20, including 6 and 20 has been specified as a null here. So how many spaces has been wasted is more than among this 21, how many spaces we are being used? We used only 4 spaces to store the value, and the remaining 17 spaces has been wasted here. So if you are taking the highest degree representations to that one, if that is a array, single array representation, what happens here is most of the spaces, if the terms are not there, most of the space what you have been representing will be wasted here. Okay, and to overcome that one, what you are doing, we are means, as I said, there is a array size, what you are doing is it being considered as a waste of the space. That's why we are using the double array representation. In this double array representation, what we are doing is we can store multiple polynomials or the multiple values, what we have been multiple terms at a time. But here we won't follow these single array representation here. How these polynomials has been plotted, like the way only we are using the values for that one. So what are the values it is been storing here is we are using the double array representation, which is being considering for the storage of the exponent as a down one is here. The lowest one what we are taking is the exponent, and the upper one, lower one is the exponent, and the upper one is being specified as a coefficient here. And how I am going to start here is we are need to start with this first polynomial what you have been chosen. This first polynomial what you have been chosen will be started from here. This will be specified as a start point for this P1. Okay. And this will be specified as a start point, means P1 dot start, and this will be enact as a endpoint for the P1 and also the start point for the P2. Next one here is P2 dot end. So in this representation, we just use multiple arrays, or you can say that is a double array representation. One is specifying the exponent, and the next other one is a coefficient. Plot the exponents what have been used in the polynomial direct away into that one. So here it is having the P1 of x is having the values 9, 7, 6, 4, 1 and 0. That's all. And coming to the next one, it is having the 6, 4, 1 and 0. Apart from taking the 10 such representations, 0 to 9 means 10 such values to be stored in that one. What it is doing is try to store only the values what it is having the as a degree and it's a coefficient in that one. So plot the values in the exponent and try to store that one. Whenever we are reaching to the end point of that one, means whenever the x value, P1 of x value, degree value has been reached 0, what is doing is it will start reading the P2, that is the polynomial 2 value here. This polynomial 2 value will be having the highest degree, that is a 6, 4 and then 1 and then 0, it will be plotted. Whenever it is reaches the 0, what it is doing, it will stop the reading of that accessing of that polynomial 2 and store that it is a final one here. If it is having the third polynomial to be that one, what is doing is it is continuously stores that one. So whenever we are not taking, means we are representing only the values what we are using for the processing. That's all. Not all the time we are using the representations which are not included in that one. Means as we see in the previous example, what it is doing, it is allowing the 21, means 0 to 21 means 22 spaces has been allowed to process, and what it is doing, more than 17 apart from the that is a 18, approximately 18 spaces has been left with the null representation, means there has been not been used for the processing. To overcome this one, although it is a disadvantageous one, it has some advantage here. Why so here is, if you are taking this one, if you are taking this multiple that is a double array representation, it is not easy to represent, or it is not easy to maintain this task here. Why so means, maintaining the double array representations means we need to keep track of the exponents what we are having, and we need to match that coefficients to that one. And you need to maintain a powerful, that is a compiler to which supports the double array representation. If not, if there is another way here also, you can store the coefficients into the another one, and you can store the that is the coefficients respective that is exponents to the another one, and try to match up with this one. Means if you are missing any value, what happens here is you can have the wrong polynomials for the processing. So if you do like that one, what is, you need to go for the several cycles of the operations for that processing. Although it is although the single array what we are using, the wastage of this memory space, these cycles of the processing of that one will not be in consider when we are dealing with the wastage of the spaces what we are processing. And if you are using this single or any linked list representation, it allows you to take the three-part one. The list will have the three-part presentation. This three-part will consist of the format, coefficient, exponent, and the next link. If the link is there, it will be using a pointer to that next list. If it is not that, it will be specified as a null here. If you see this one, this is a exponent, this is the polynomial what we are using, 4x cubed plus 6x squared plus 10x plus 6 here. And it is storing direct away the values what we are having in that one. So first store the coefficient as the first one in the first header, and the second one it is been taking the exponent what we have been having, and the third consists of the, if there exists a link to that one, to the next list or the to next degree here, just mark it as a link here and go for the next list and again and again. And if you have been reached the, when we are having this endpoint here is, when if you have been reached the x to the power of 0 or any other degree, there is no any other value for the processing, then what happens here is it allows you to take the null specification for this pointer what you are using. Okay, and this type of the representation is been easy when we compared with this array or there is single array, double array representations here. Simply what we need to create the three-part representation, a list which is having the three part, which stores the coefficient as the first one, second one as a degree, and the third one is a should be a pointer. If you are having this one list, if you are having the values in that one, just read the values from that one, store onto that list, then it will be easy for the accessing. And coming to the next representation, that is operations to be performed on the polynomial. We can create a polynomial, we can read a polynomial, and set a coefficient means you have to give the coefficient to the further processing, which has been giving that, for example, this is the 4x cube. So what you have to do is nothing but enter the degree. Enter the degree of the element means 3, and then next enter the coefficient of that element means we can give the 4. So here this these operations what we are using will be read by the or will be performed by the polynomial ADT, as well as we are using the that is array ADT representation, as well as we are using also polynomial ADT here. So this polynomial what you are being any means how we are going to represent a polynomial here. It is a summation of the terms what we are using. What are the terms we are being specifying here? A term is a combination of coefficient and a variable what you are using and its exponent. So what are the important factor here being considered? The exponent what we are using, that is a, and then next the corresponding coefficient for that exponent has to be specified. So the ADT polynomial will be specified as a sum of AI comma EI. That is a AI means A naught or the E naught, A1 or the E1 means respective coefficient, and then exponents has to be taken. What are the data structures to be used for that representation is variable will be represented there itself only. So there is no need to represent or the specify a factor that is for the variable. Just what it is having is it is been taking that coefficient has to be considered, and that's coefficient what we are using for which degree has to be mentioned here. The coefficient type what we are using will differ, because we may take the signed or the unsigned integers here. So that's why it may differ. So whatever the coefficient you are giving, it will be decided the type of that variable what you are using there. Okay. And coming to the next one, degree will be the integer only. So we specified in degree here. For creating a polynomial, just what you need to do here is we need to specify what is the degree when you need to consider. Means we need to give the highest degree of that one. If you read the polynomial of that one, what it has to do is nothing but you need to take this degree of that one, and it reads the coefficient from that user. Means for which degree have been specified. If it is a 3, the degree of that one is 3. What is the coefficient for that respective degree? It is a 4. It will be stored, or it will be retrieved, and it will be given to this that is a printing one. And coming to the set the coefficient means you need to give the coefficient to that one. Means is if you want to change the coefficient of the already allocated one also, it will be done. So here it will update the value, it will change the value, or you may specify it create the coefficient, or the it sets a new coefficient for that value what you are using. For that we need to use the method which is the void set coefficient, and it is been using two parameters for that one, which is for which I need to consider the this coefficient, that is a int exponent or the degree what we have been using, and type of the coefficient. As I said, what is the value being inserted will decide the type of the coefficient we've been using here. So here, if you want to know about the coefficient of the particular degree here, then we need to go for the next method, that is a get coefficient here. And then if you want to know about the degree of the polynomial what you have been using, which is the highest degree of the polynomial, then it will be using the method that is int degree. And then next evaluation means when we are giving the value p1 of x is there now. If I am substituting p1 of 2, what happens here? So p1 of 2 means in the place of the x we need to substitute the 2, and then next we need to evaluate the total polynomial expression what we are having. Further evaluation we are using evaluate of int x. So there we need to process the means you need to give the value which is the x integer, and it will be substituted into the polynomial what you have been using for the processing. And we can also process the that is what you say the arithmetic operations there. That is so some of the arithmetic operations will be performed from that one. That is addition, subtraction, and then next multiplication here. And apart from this, we are having equals, means both the polynomials are equal or not. We need to check, means we need to check, go for the degree. For the degree, it is having the same coefficient or not. We need to see. By that only, we need to take these values being having the same polynomial values here. And multiplying means, in this one, we are taking the multiplication of the two polynomials and multiplying a constant with the polynomial what you have been chosen. Derivative of that one and integration of that one is being represented. And coming to this one example of that one, where is how it is going to perform the addition here is, so it is being considered the PQ and the R will be taken as a value to be, means the addition added value to be stored. And what is the degree of that R means, so we can take the maximum degree of that P and Q. How we are going to decide the degree of this R? The resultant here is, just take the value what you have been means highest degree. So maximum value, which is a P comma Q. So among that one, what is one will be considered as a degree of the resultant one. So among this one, what is the maximum? It is max of 4 comma 4. 4 will be the maximum value among that one. So what happens here? Both are having the same one. That is, it been considered as a 4. Here the degree is 4, but the coefficients or that one will be plotted from 0 to 4. Whenever you are having the degree value, which is a 4 or n or anything, the array size will be plus 1. Means if you are taking 4 as a degree, then the size of the array will be plus 1 here. So try to plot the values what we are having in the single array representation. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0th value is 5. 1 value is 2. 2, 3 are not there. So substitute 0 and 0. 4 value is there, means the coefficient of the 4, degree 4 is 3. Substitute this one into the, and Q has been represented as a 1, 0, 1, 2, 4. So 3 is not there, represented as a null. 1, 4, 1, 4, and then next 3, and then next 2 representation has been taken here. Add the respective subscripts here. Respective subscripts has to be added, and the resultant has to be stored into the resultant's respective subscript here. So here the value will be 0, 0, then value will be here 6, and then next again 6. It is will be considered as a 3, and then 0, and then 5 here. So what is the resultant value will be 6 to the power 6 into x to the power of 4, 6 into x to the power of 3, 3 into x square, and there is no any value that is being considered as a x to the power of which one? Cube here. So x cube is not there, just leave it. And then next to the value is a 5 to the power of x to the power of 4. So how we are writing here, how we will read here is 5x to the power of 4 plus no cube value, 3x square plus 6x to the power of 1 plus 6. Then it will become the polynomial, which is the resultant one. Okay, if you are taking the double array representation, you have to plot in the reverse one. If you are taking the single one, means you need to follow the array representation here. Now coming to the next one, sparse matrix. The matrix representation we have seen by using the that is a two-dimensional array formation, where it stores the elements in the form of the rows and columns here. So when a matrix consists of very few non-zero elements here, then what it is being specified as, that is being named as a sparse matrix here. So this will be represented by the two-dimensional array, and it is being taking n by n representations for example, if you take the what is the making this sparse matrix advantages and the disadvantages here is, disadvantages means there is a you will have the less amount of the data when compared with that one. And when you are using the storage of that one, then it will be very fastest when compared to this one. Why? Because your further storage we are using for accessing or the for representation, we are using another way to process that matrix, not the other way of the processing. Means how we are going to store the normal array representation is not being used. We are using triplet or the linked list representation for processing that one. And the computing time what you are being will be less only. Why? Because we are not taking all the elements into an account. We are taking only some elements into that representation. If you see this one, how many elements will be there, means we are having the 4 rows and 5 columns. In this one, how many elements are there? We are having 20 elements. Among the 20 elements, how many are data? That is a non-zero elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So among this one, however, we need to store only these 6 values into that representation, and the remaining will be specified as a, that is a null elements only. So how many elements are there? 6 elements. So apart from this, half of the elements has not been considered here. Only fourth part of the elements has been stored for the processing in this example. And how I am going to represent this one, how we are going to represent here is, we can use the triplet formation, or this we may specify it as a linked list usage for that one. So we will read only the sparse matrix, will read only the non-zero elements, because it has a very few non-zero elements here. So how we are going to start this processing here is, just count it how many elements are there in that one. The elements means, as I said, 6 elements are there. So count of the elements will be the 6. How many spaces will be used to store that one will be the 6 spaces will be used for the processing. And what is the triplet or the triple representation here is, in which row and which column it is been residing. What is the value? Means what is the value there resides, has to be stored there. This one is the triplet formation, one of the example. So this is the example is being considered. Just count it how many elements are there. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, and then 6. How many rows and columns we are having? We are having 5 rows and 6 columns. If you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 rows and 6 columns, which is equivalent to 30 elements there. Among the 30 elements, what are the non-zero elements we are having? We are having total non-zero elements here is 6. So in the first row, we will store the values of that one, means the count of the rows, count of the columns, and the count of the non-zero elements to be processed in that one. And from that first, that is a 0th row, from that is the value. And from the first row, we are being considering the reading the values from this one, and we need to represent these values here. So the first one here is read the values from the first row. So when you are reaching from the 4th column, then you will have the value that is a 9. Store the address, that is a residing address of that one is at the 0th row on the 4th column. We are using the value that is a 9 here. And coming to the next one, at the first row on the first column, we are using 8. And then second row 0th column. Second row 0th column, we are using 4. Second row, third column, we are using 2. And coming to the next and the which is the third row, and then last 5th column, what we are using here, using the value which is a 5. And then next the last one here is second column and 4th row, 4, 2, and the value here is a 2 will be stored here. So this will be the storage space or the storage representation of the sparse matrix here. So this will be enacted for this processing, means whenever you are getting this sparse matrix to be acted or the to be accessed, means this triplet will be accessed here. No need to consider, no need to read the remaining values, because they are all 0. There is no need to read the remaining values, just get the values which are the non-zero. So here we are reading 6 elements in that one. So how many elements are there? Totally 30 elements. Among the 30 elements, we are getting the 6 elements only. Means apart from this, one part of the elements has been read here. And this one part of the elements what you are taking, remaining will be considered as a non-read elements, means there is no need to process these elements, compute these matrix for reading or for getting the accessing from that matrix. So here the computation time and the accessing time will be decreased here. And the representation of that sparse matrix here is, you can use this index, means how many elements are there, and then row and then column and the value what we are representing. So you can represent it is easily, but here it is what it is doing in the triplet format. It is been allowing, it is making you to know that how many elements are there earlier, and from that one how we are going to store the values in that one. And this linked list representation is using the 4 pointer, that is a 4 structures representation here. It is taking pointer is a default one. So there are rows and then columns and the values here, non-zero values here. And it is been pointing to the next representations what we are using. If you are dealing with the row node, the row node will have the row the pointer to the next row and the pointer to the column. Means at which row and which column we need to know now. So the column will be pointed to that one. At the column, what it is doing, the column number will be there. The zero value what you have been means for accessing will be stored. If it is been taking the same row, if it is been taking the value is there, what it is doing, it is been allowing to take this pointer to be consideration. Means for example, see this one, this one has been taking the how many values here, rows as a 5, columns as a 6, and then next here it is being considering the total values of that one is a 6. And the next pointer to that one is we need to go for the zeroth row. So zeroth row means how many elements are there? It is having the only one element where it resides, the row number, and then next what you have to do, we need to give the column number and the next one. But it is been mentioned the row number here only. So what you have to do, we need to mention only the column. So the column means here pointer to the column. This one will enact as a pointer to the column. This will be pointer to the next row. See here, the middle one is pointing to the next row. The last one is pointing to the columns here. If the column is taking the another one here is there, if there exists a next value, we see here 4 and 2 are there. There exists a next value, what you have to do, the pointer has to make to the next column to the same row. It is the same row here. There is no change in that one. What changes here is the column is changing. So the column here, the change has to be specified in this one. Is a one simple representation, and other representation here is this one. The same value what you have been choosing for that processing means here it uses this recursive like the representation is taking the linear representation for the processing, and in detailed representation matrix what you have been using will be considered as a header and the element node formation. What is the header node we have been using will be taken into the account, means what is the index value, where to move down or right, and what is the element at which row, at which column, what is the value when if the element has been read, where to move down or right or up, we need to consider. So by that it is been having the value here is 0. Here we are having the value headers which has been taking the 5. So how many elements are there to be processed here has to be considered, and how many rows and how many columns are there we are considering in this processing, and it is been storing the values in that one. So if it is been taking into the consideration, if you see this diagrammatical processing, what is presenting here is it is taking multiple values to be processed. Multiple values to be processed means what it is consist of. So it consists of the rows which are been present in a single element or the single processing here. So it is been taking the pointer consideration to move. How many rows are there? There are the 5 rows. How many columns are there? We are having the 5 columns here. Okay. And coming to the next representation here is how many elements are there? We need to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many elements? 6 elements are there. We need to plot that one. To get these 6 elements, try to read that values here. So first go for the H1, that is a first row. So here the first row has been taken is a 0. 0 means we have been reading the values of that processing. Since it has been specified as a default value as a 0, 0, where we are reading, we read this one at the which row, which been considered as a second column, first row. First row has been taken and then second column has been considered. What is the value here? 2. Let's see any value is there or not. As it is having a value means what it is doing, it is being pointing to the right side. If you see, this column consists of another element. Another element is there. If you see this column consists of the another element which is 7, which is residing at the 4th one, that is a 4th row. So same row and then not same column and then different rows here, and it is been specifying. So it is been connectivity has been given to the rows and the connectivity has been given to the columns also. Means it is been taking the column representation also and then rows representation also. So it is reading the column wise the data and row wise the data, and it is been specifying any values are there for that processing. If you see the last one also, how it is been residing, the first row consists of the element which is at the last one, that is a 1 and 4, 5. in this column, is there exist any element or not? It is seeing. Yes, it is there. So that one has to be connected to that representation. Each and every one what you have been using has to be connected with each and representation by using the pointer formation here. Okay. That is a representation of the sparse matrix what we are using. That's about today's class, ma'am. Thank you.